informational video for you guys today that I kind of want to get out there before I get too busy. So today I want to talk about box truck slash Sprinter van over the road safety. Okay, I just got a few key pointers that I wanted to get out there today. So kind of, one of the first things that you want to, pay attention to when you over the road, OTR, in a box truck or a Sprinter van, or a semi. It applies to, OTR in general. But one of the first things that you want to watch out for is what and where you eat. And I don't hear a whole lot about that, but, I've had some weird experiences at some different, restaurants. And, I would just say when you out on the road, be careful, just what you eat. I'd rather be hungry for a day than sick for a week. And that's the, best I can put it. So a lot of the good choices, I saw one of the other owner operators in the box truck business. He was talking about, he mentioned Golden Corral. That's a great spot, because pretty much you make your own food, you see what's there, and you get a chance to look stuff over before you just consume it. A lot of times we starving, we've been driving all day, we pull up, pick something up, eat something, and then you feeling weird for the next day and a half, or, you got stomach problems and bathroom issues. So sometimes we don't know where that come from, and a lot of it's this fast food that you eat, the way it's prepared, who's preparing it, what type of weird stuff they into, I'm being honest with you, I'm not trying to be, funny at all. You really got to watch what you eat in different places over the road. I'm going to be honest with you, I got certain states that I don't even eat in. And I'm just going to be straight with you. I got certain states I don't even eat in, and it is go-to spots if you're in a place where you're like, man, I don't know about the food or whatever, Subway is also a very good spot. You stand right there and watch them prepare your food, and it's one in almost every Walmart. I found a few that didn't have a Subway in a few different states. They were very small Walmarts, but for the most part, where they allow truck parking, they usually have a Subway, in the vicinity. So that's something else to, just look for. You can get, the Golden Corral, Subway. If you get in the right areas, it's a lot of Waffle Houses. Those are usually pretty good spots. You can sit right at the counter, you know what was prepared. So them are a lot of my go-tos when, I'm on the road and I'm eating in unfamiliar states, towns, cities, whatever. So that's one thing, man. Watch what you eat out here, okay? And number two, I don't hear a whole lot about this either. Watch for road sharks and over-the-road scammers, as I call them. Get away from erratic drivers, and start recording if necessary. Sometimes I see the stuff coming from a mile away. You get a driver, he doing 100 coming up on you, and then the second he get beside you, he pass you, jump over and cut you off. Then he hit the brake, and all of a sudden he glued to you. You can't get away from him. And then he driving, erratic, steady tapping the brake and, slowing down, and then, all of a sudden it seems like y'all driving together. A lot of times those are what I call over-the-road scammers, or road sharks. And these are people that, you know, people inquire about, you know, the trucking industry and business. You know, people are intrigued by, you know, what's going on over the road. So in bigger cities, people are very familiar with the types of insurance policies that we carry. You know, you're riding around carrying an insurance policy that could potentially change somebody's life. So that's something you got to think about when, you know, you driving. And I see it in some of the videos. You know, you driving and a guy making a video and he's like, man, what, you know, and man, a lot of that stuff is not an accident. You know, so when you get near these bigger cities, New York, Atlanta, Chicago, St. Louis, Indiana, man, look, they know what type of policies we carrying on these commercial vehicles. So if they could get you to hit them the right way and say, hey, it wasn't my fault, you got no proof of the way they were driving around you initially, because sometimes it'll be 3-4 attempts a person will make to get you to hit them, you know, and before they leave. And then sometimes they don't leave until something causes you guys to part ways. They'll just stay right around you and play games, as I call it. So be careful for over-the-road scammers and road sharks, man. A lot of the stuff that's going on, you know, it's not an accident, it's not a mistake. And some of these accidents, a lot of the accidents that we see out here, you know, is a result of the playing around and, you know, the weird stuff people are doing on the road, and then they get themselves in a real situation. You know, I was just playing. Too late now. You know, somebody that accidentally, you know, pit maneuvered you because you was weaving in and out of lanes, spent you around and flipped you over, and now it's, oh my God, my life. Man, look, you can prevent a lot of this stuff that's going on the road, you know. So that's the second thing, you know, on my, you know, over the road safety. Watch for, you know, those type of drivers, and always keep that in the back of your mind that, man, you carrying a huge insurance policy. So everybody not, you know, unaware of what's going on in the trucking industry. I literally had a guy tell me, won't make it up, that when he sees Sprinter vans and stuff like that, he purposely get in front of them and hard brake. I would not make up any stories, you know, for the platform. I had a guy tell me that, like, man, I'm trying to get hit by one. So be careful out here, man. And that leads into my third, you know, over the road safety tip. Get a dash cam. I just got one from Keep Trucking for free. They're $300. They have a forward facing one and a forward and rear facing one. So you can pick and choose. And the way I did it, I signed up for a 2-year subscription. They made me that offer. If you sign up for a 2 or 3-year subscription, we'll give you the camera and a brand new ELD for free. $450 value, because the ELD is $150 and the dash cam's $300. So they gave me that for free, and it's gonna cost you $70 a month to keep both of those activated and keep you in compliance. And then with the dash cam, it was just completely sold. I was sold on it over, you know, buying a dash cam, because, you know, like from Best Buy or one of those spots, because pretty much the way they explained to me, the dash cam is constantly recording. And in any instance where you know, perform a hard braking, it records 10 seconds before the hard braking, and then what occurred at the hard braking and thereafter. So the second I tap my brake hard, it camera automatically record what happened 10 seconds before. So when you got a lot of these guys around you acting weird, and you know, like I said, they done made 3-4 attempts to make you hit them, that camera will save you, you know, when you get to making police reports and stuff of that nature. So that's something I would, you know, definitely look into. Talk to Keep Trucking or whoever you go through, get your ELD with, and pretty much have them, you know, get you a dash cam too. So that's, you know, my third tip on, you know, over the road safety. And my fourth one's going to be, you know, honestly, a lot of people may downplay it. I wouldn't say downplay it, but you don't hear a whole lot about it. And when people do them, I just see them kind of, I don't know, not really doing. Do your pre-trip inspection, okay? That could save your life and also save you from a lot of fines and breakdowns over the road. I'd rather be stuck at a safe Walmart or a truck stop as opposed to being halfway in the middle of nowhere and my truck break down because I didn't notice something simple, you know. So do your pre-trip inspection thoroughly, you know. Don't just check the tires, you know, really look into it. Of course, you're not going to do what you did to get your CDL if you have a CDL, or, you know, if you look at a pre-trip video for a CDL, it's a lot more in depth, but, you know, it's really stuff that you should be checking regularly. So that's just my, you know, fourth box truck tip. You know, do a good pre-trip inspection. I don't want to be repetitive, but yeah, go ahead and do that. And you know, my fifth, you know, box truck / sprinter van / just over the road safety tip is protect your feet, man. You know, when you out on the road, and I do it all the time, I ride around in flip-flops. I operate my vehicle in flip-flops, slides, whatever you want to call them. So, you know, a lot of us are wearing those when we operate our vehicles. But when you get to a shipper or a customer, before you leave your vehicle, put a, you know, hard shoe on. And I would say preferably a steel toe or a metatarsal style shoe. Like I got some metatarsal boots. I don't wear them a whole lot, but protect your feet. You know, it's okay to drive, but, and I had an incident in my Sprinter van where, you know, a lady was loading me up, and a lot of people don't know these Sprinter vans will carry 4 skids if you get them in right. So you could get 4 regular sized pallets in a Sprinter van if you turn them sideways, and that's front to back. You'll be fully loaded, but the Sprinter van will take 4 skids. So when you see these guys riding around and they back in, you know, drop down, they got 3-4 skids of heavy, you know, heavy items they carry, because the Sprinter vans don't drop down like that in the back easy. And I see a lot of them too. I try not to. I don't load my van that heavy, but some of the guys that's running independently, man, they gonna take whatever, gonna get them paid. So they say, hey, I'll worry about my shocks, my springs, and my suspension later. So that's another story. But yeah, a lady was loading me with 4 skids, and she put the first 2 in, and I normally stand at on the inside, you know, towards the inner back part of my van, because I'm watching to make sure. I usually have like a plastic tub. I also got like a plastic dresser that I'll show you guys one day. But yeah, I was at the back end watching to make sure she didn't crush my dresser and my tub. And I told her, I said, hey, as you're pushing it, when I say stop, stop, because you're gonna be right up on my, you know, my materials up here. So pretty much she went and started to push the third pallet in, and when she got the final pallet in and was pushing it, I said stop, and she said huh, and she continued to keep pushing, you know, for another 2 seconds, which eventually, you know, I had an Air Max style sneaker on. When eventually she caught my foot between the pallet and the plastic, you know, dresser that I keep in the back of my van. So my foot was literally jammed in there and I couldn't get it out. And she's like, oh, are you all right? And I'm like, I told you to stop, you know, but yeah, I'm okay. So now I'm thinking fast, how am I going to get, because my foot was literally jammed in there and it was a little painful, but I'm more thinking, hey, I don't want my foot broken. So some said, just take your shoe off, you know, take your foot out of the shoe. And I did have a little wiggle room, so I just slid my foot out of the shoe and then took the shoe from between the skid and the plastic, you know, dresser. So yeah, if I had a flip-flop style, you know, shoe on, it probably would have broke a bone in my foot, you know. It was only because I had that hard sole and it kind of just wedged that I think it saved my foot. And I still had a little pain for a few days and then I kind of shook it off. But yeah, it definitely was a eye-opener. You know, I'm in my van, I'm not in the factory, I'm not, you know, in the lot of the facility. I'm in my van where I'm thinking I'm safe, and my foot almost got crushed. So that's just a, you know, tip on, you know, protecting your feet. And also, you know, the company I'm leased on to, we had a period, I think it was about 6 months ago, where the company actually...
In 2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take the I-55 South exit toward US 51 South, St. Louis.
Jumping out at one of their, you know, top paying facilities with flip-flops on. So, yeah, he got out and they had him on camera. They let him drop the load and then contacted the company and said, hey, you guys suspended for 7 days. We had a guy out here without proper PPP on, and yeah, they sent a mass email out, you know, saying, hey, you wondering, if you guys are wondering why it's slow, we had a guy jump out at a, you know, major, you know, customer's facility with flip-flops on. All you guys have PPP, so yeah, they were hot. You know, they lost a week's worth of, you know, loads behind them. So, and we're independent, so if we pull something like that, you know, I'm with a company that has a little clout, so you end up doing that on your own without them backing you, and they might not never work with you again. So you might want to think about it. So yeah, those are my 5 over-the-road Sprinter van / box.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to take the I-55 South exit toward US 51 South, St. Louis.
And, you know, I also want to throw a final, you know, tip and for, you know, over-the-road safety. And y'all gonna say, yeah, here you go again.
Use the right 2 lanes to take the I-55 South exit.
Negotiate your loads, okay? That's going to...
Continue on I-55 South for 8 miles.
You know, stay in a positive head space out on the road. You know, when you're making the money you feel that you should be making for a run, you know, you can listen to your music, drink a cup of coffee, and just kind of chill out. When you take those bad loads, like I said, you end up in a bad headspace, and everything these crazy drivers do out on the road start to irritate you, and you know, anything dispatch call you about, you don't want to hear it. So I'm just giving you guys, you know, an extra tip tip. I'm not trying to be funny. And I ain't gonna hold you guys up all day, but negotiating your loads, that matters also. I'm telling you, man, because man, you just be in a better headspace and you make more money and you feel better about the the task you're performing. So with that being said, I ain't gonna keep holding you guys up. You guys stay safe out there. Take it easy and have a good one. Appreciate you.